Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is CHESNUT, aka Hair Patcher, and I'm back with another video. This time it's a well-requested video. I've gotten a lot of comments about this look in particular because of this picture right here. So I decided to recreate this look. I honestly just used I honestly could have just used one eyeshadow, but I was extra and used 3, but you can literally just use one eyeshadow because that's exactly what it looks like. I'm gonna show you guys a step-by-step on how I achieved this look. It is super nice, it's super neutral, super sexy, super, you know, it's just a vibe. It's just a vibe. So if you're feeling this makeup look, make sure you keep watching. And before you go anywhere else, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll give you a sec. Okay, now we can go on. So if you got this far into the video, that means that you're trying to achieve this look right here, and I'm going to be showing you how to achieve it from the very beginning, starting right from the eyebrows. I'm going to be using my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 5. So what I'm doing right now is creating magic, because as you guys can tell and see, I have very light eyebrows, and I have to actually draw an eyebrow on my face. So this requires a lot of work and patience and just stroking lightly with this pencil. I am creating false hair because I don't have that much hair in the front. And then I am going to do that to the next side as well. As you can tell, I try to match from where my eyes meet, like from the beginning of my eye to the corner of my eye. That's how far I do my eyebrows. And I just create the eyebrow that I want. Sometimes I want straight eyebrows. Sometimes I want a little arch. So now we're going to get into primers. I'm going to be using the BECCA Primer Ever Matte Poreless Primer. I love this primer. It keeps my face really, really matte. I'm just going to rub it around my fingers first and then put it around my face. For me, I think that helps apply the primer. It's really, really matte. As you guys can see, right away, it just mattes my face. I do have oily skin, so I really, really love this primer. Then I'm going to get my color corrector in LA Pro Girl in the shade Red. You guys know I love this freaking color corrector. It cancels out all my dark spots. I'm just going to apply it under my eye for my dark circles and any marks from pimples. Pigmentation around my mouth. I'm gonna do that. Just like that, just dots everywhere. And then I'm gonna get a damp beauty blender. You already know the beauty blender cannot be dry. It has to be washed every single time you apply makeup. And I'm just going to blend it out just like that. Just spend time blending and look at it already. You guys can already see that the pigmentation is canceling out, and that's what we want. That's what we want. So I'm gonna just blend this all out. So now we're gonna get into the concealer. You guys already know me, LA Pro Girl in the color Chestnut. I love this shade. This is the perfect shade for me, for my under eye, for my eyebrows. And I'm just going to be lining up my eyebrows with this angle brush. This is from Morphe, this brush. I love this brush, it's really flat. And I'm just going to clean up my brows a bit. My brows are not done, okay guys? My brows require a lot of work, and that's why usually when you see my makeup tutorials, I usually start with my eyebrows already on my face. But today I decided to give you guys a little treat and show you guys how I do it. For some reason, I feel like when I was doing this tutorial, it was actually harder. But this is the little trick that I actually developed because of this girl named Shalom on Instagram. I feel like you guys know her. She's a pretty well-known YouTuber, and I seen her do this to her eyebrows, and it's just so perfect. It kind of gives the illusion of hair, And it's me using my angle brush with concealer and like making lines in the front of my eyebrows to create that like hair look, because I don't have hair there. For no reason at all, God decided to just do that to me, but it's okay, it's cool. So for some reason I was messing up my lines. I feel like it's because I was like filming it. I feel like I was like nervous. It doesn't usually look this like far apart and stuff, but once you practice, you'll get the hang of it. So now I'm gonna get into my foundation. I'm gonna be using the JUVIA'S foundation stick. I love this formula, this foundation stick. I'm gonna be using the color ZAMBIA. And as you guys can see, it's like almost like literally my shade. I feel like this is like the perfect color for me. And I'm just going to apply that all over my face just like that. I love this foundation. It feels super light. It's super coverage. Like, I love it so much. And it does not feel heavy on your face. I'm going to be using a damp beauty blender. And I'm just going to pat that into my skin. And look at that, guys. Like, the foundation is just blending so beautifully into my skin. It's just my shade. I love it. Like, I have a lot of shades from this shade stick, from this line specifically, that actually go with my skin that I can wear. And I love it so much. So I'm just going to blend it all out, just like so. And this is patience, you know, like, you guys already know me and blending. That's the key to a flawless, perfect makeup look. Spending the time to blend. Blend, blend, blend until you cannot blend no more. Okay? As you guys can see, it doesn't look cakey. It's just like a skin-like finish this foundation gives. And now I'm going to go back in with my LA Pro Girl Chestnut Concealer. And I'm going to put that underneath my eye. Just like so. And this is what I'm going to start to do to conceal. I'm going to start concealing underneath my eye, the bridge of my nose. I'm also going to put above my lip. I'm going to also put it on my chin. And I am also going to put it on my forehead. I do like to put like a nice good amount of concealer, especially when I'm not using my MAC foundation. I feel like I like to kind of overcompensate. But then again, I think I'm always putting on heavy concealer. But you don't need to. When you're doing this look, if you're a person that does not like heavy like concealer, you don't have to put a lot. I just like to make sure that everything's covered. So now we're gonna get into contour. I'm gonna be using my Fenty Beauty, you guys already know, in the shade 490. I love this concealer for contouring. I love it for my under eye as well. I just haven't let go of like my LA Pro Girl. I love it. But this shade in 490 is like literally so perfect for contouring for me. I feel like it just gives me more of like a bronzy, glowy look. And it's not like gray, it's not olive. I don't like that shade on me. So I'm gonna go in to my Sephora Too Faced brush. It's like a dense brush. I love this brush so much. I've had it for years. And that's what I'm gonna that's what I'm gonna use to blend out my Fenty Beauty 490 concealer. Love this concealer. It's just super easy to move. So I'm just gonna blend it out just like so. I'm kind of just like tapping it, like, you know, just tapping it in, making sure that I'm pushing the product into my skin and directing how I want my contour to look. Then I'm gonna use the smaller side of the brush and I'm going to blend out the contour on my nose. And that's going to create like the shape of nose I want, whatever nose I'm trying to achieve that day. Blend, blend, blend. Now I'm going to go in with my beauty blender, my damp beauty blender, and I'm going to just blend out my Chestnut concealer. I let it sit for a bit, so just so that it can be the maximum like coverage. I am trying to get the maximum beat. I'm always trying to get the maximum beat. Always. So just blend, blend, blend until you can't blend no more. Now I'm going to go in with my LA Pro Girl in the shade Fawn. I love this shade, but I'm not going to put it too much on. I'm going to put a little bit on the inner corners of my eye and on the outer corners of my eye as well. And I'm probably going to put some on my nose just to highlight that a little bit. I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay all-nighter spray just to make sure that everything is set, everything is good. I feel like this does help with the longevity of your makeup. I don't know why, but for some reason for me, I feel like it just helps a lot more. And just that amount of Fawn is a long way for me. And it's gonna create an elevated, highlighted look underneath my eye, and that's what I want. Chestnut is just that color for me. It's just that girl, chestnut. But Fawn just, you know, brings it all together for me. So I'm just gonna blend out Fawn just like that. And I'm just going to use the back of my beauty blender just to make sure everything is, you know, blended out properly. Using the same beauty blender just really helps melt the makeup together. I am going to go back in with my Benefit brow pencil just to make sure I get all the gaps and whatever just came out from my blending. We're going to go in with the Brow Benefit Dip Brow to just give a more elevated look. I feel like it just really ties this look together. It ties my eyebrows together. I'm telling you guys, my eyebrows is a lot of work. Oh my god, did you guys just see my contact move? Like, this is what happens when you want to film at night. My eyebrows get my eyes get super dry. So I'm just gonna go in and just make sure that my eyebrows are good to go and just then I'm gonna go in with my angle brush and just clean up anything. Make sure everything's perfect. I'm gonna make sure to clean up the top of my eyebrow as well. Do not forget that. That also helps create a very clean eyebrow look. And using my beauty blender just to blend everything out. My eyebrows were just not going the way I wanted it to go. So now we're going to get into my favorite Fenty Beauty bronzer in Mocha Mami. I love this shade and I feel like it pairs so beautifully with the 490 concealer. I'm going to be using this big fluffy brush that I got from my BoxyCharm. And I'm just going to go all over my contoured parts that I used the Fenty concealer in. I'm going to use the powder on top of all the contoured parts I did on my face. And just blend it out. As you guys can see, it's just bronzing my face. It's just bringing the look together. And I just think this color is just so perfect for my face and my skin color. And then we're gonna go into Laura Mercier. You guys already know I love the translucent powder in the shade medium brown. First, we're going to press the translucent powder into my skin. I'm gonna put it all over my highlighted areas that I used my concealer, my LA Pro Girl, Fawn, and Chestnut. And I'm gonna press it in before I bake. So this is what I do just to keep a very long-lasting makeup look. I want my makeup to be able to last hours. So I definitely do these extra steps just to maintain the longevity of my makeup. So I'm going to go all over my highlighted points. So that is underneath my eye, above my lip, on my nose, on my forehead, and as well as my chin. Medium deep. Look how like it just melts into my skin. I just love this setting powder so much. I'm so glad that Laura Mercier decided to come out with this shade, medium deep. It's really, I feel like, elevated my makeup game for sure. Yes, you can tell, love it. Now I'm gonna go in with the new Laura Mercier in the shade Honey. So what do I think about this setting powder? I've used it a lot since I've gotten it, because you know I do love Laura Mercier's translucent powder. I do feel like it is super close to the other Laura Mercier, the white one, the translucent powder. I don't like, it's super like, I don't know. I don't know if I like it. Like, I love my Huda Beauty's Blondie. I do. I don't know what's better. I think they are a similar shade. I feel like Blondie is probably a little bit lighter. Honey is cool. I think that I'm glad that they did come out with a shade, that shade, because it was needed. But I do find it really, really similar to the original Laura Mercier powder, in my opinion. So I'm going to go in with my medium deep, and I'm going to cut the cheeks with this shade. I'm gonna cut the cheeks with this shade. I do not use like anything lighter than the medium deep to do that, because I do feel like it becomes very like stark and very scary looking, and it's very hard to brush off. Like, so I kind of like use that color instead. Then I'm gonna go in back with the Honey and put it on the bridge of my nose and my forehead, just on top of the medium deep Laura Mercier powder. I'm also going to put it on my eyelids just so that it doesn't crease when I am going to put my eyeshadow, because we are going to use eyeshadow. So now I'm going to get a small creasing brush, and that's what I'm going to use to contour my nose. And I'm going to go into my MOCHA MAMI bronzer from Fenty Beauty, and I'm just going to go on top of the cream contour I already did on my nose. And I'm just going to shape up my nose just like that. And I'm going to do just the bottom of my nose and just the top of my nose all the way to the crease of my eyelids. So now I'm going to go into one of my favorite palettes from JUVIA'S. It's the Warrior 2 by Juvia. I am going to go into the first color, and that's Yodit. I love this color. I feel like it's the perfect transition color. And I'm just going to get a crease brush that I got from Morphe, and I'm just going to apply that all over my eyelid. Look at how natural and neutral this color is. I always need to do a base color. Then we're going to go into that beautiful chocolate brown in this palette. It's Kafuru. I love this color so much. And I'm also going to put that on top of Yodit, just all around my eyelid, like so, with the same brush. I love it. I just love this brown, so natural, so neutral. It's just so beautiful. Just gonna blend that all on top. Then I'm going to get another crease brush, a clean one, and I'm going to mix Kafuru and Walzena. I literally could have used the same brush. That was me being extra because I just cleaned my brushes, so that was me being extra. And I'm just going to apply the mixture of Kafuru and Walzena, that dark charcoal color and the chocolate brown. And I'm just going to put that just on the lid of my eye, like just on the lid of my eye. I'm not going to bring it up to my eyebrow, just focusing just right on the lid, concentrating right there. This is super easy, and literally this is all I do. This is all the eyeshadow I'm going to be using. That's how easy it is. I low-key could have just used just either Kafuru by itself or Walzana by itself or Walzana. I'm not saying this correctly. I don't think so. But I could have just used those two colors or just one or the other, and it would have done, honestly, quite the same job. It's giving like this nice, calm, smoky eye. Like very subtle, neutral, smoky eye. And I'm just going to make sure that everything's blended. I'm blending the harsh lines that could have been created because of mixing it. Then I'm going to get a more dense, tiny brush. I also got this brush from BoxyCharm. And I'm going to go into Kafuru and Walzana, and I'm just going to mix them together and apply that underneath my eye just to tie the look together. I'm sorry, my contacts like literally were bothering me. I can't keep my eyes open for too long or else it like feels really dry. That's why I keep like rolling my eyes. Then I'm gonna get an angle brush and I'm gonna go into Shawata. That's that really black eyeshadow. I love this palette so much. The colors are so pigmented and like so beautiful. And instead of using a liquid eyeliner, I want to keep that vibe of like that smoky vibe going on with my eyes, and I'm gonna use the angle brush and Shawata, and I'm just going to line my eyelids just like that. I'm gonna create a wing with this eyeshadow and brush. I'm giving myself kind of like a deep wing, low key. You guys know me, I like creating that beautiful, like my eyes are already slanted and they're already small, so I love like playing with that. I'm now gonna use my NYX, you guys already know me, my NYX black eyeliner. This is my favorite eyeliner, and I'm gonna make sure to coat the waterline with it. And that's just to tighten up my eye, it's just to like, you know, complete my eye look. Now I'm going to use a Real Techniques brush just to take off all the setting powder. It's been baking a while. And as you can see, it's like a really prominent highlighted look once I take off the honey off my face. Now I'm going to go in with my Morphe setting spray. I love this setting spray. It's super affordable. It's $20. I love it so much, and it does like the job. Now I'm going to get in with my Lilly lashes. This is in Miami Flare, and this is the look with the Miami Flare. I actually went in with my setting powder in medium deep, and I put it on top of my, after I sprayed my face, just to give it more of a highlighted look. I don't know, I feel like I wanted more of that under eye pop when I took pictures, so I added more setting powder. You do not need to do this step. Now I'm gonna go in with my blush. This is in Loudspeaker. If you know me, you know I usually use this blush. I'm just gonna get a big fluffy brush. I don't remember where I got this brush from, but this is the brush that I use for my blush. I'm just gonna apply Loudspeakers to both my cheeks. It's a really orangey color. You could also use the orange color in the same palette if you want to just keep the same palette going, but I'm using Loudspeaker. Now I'm gonna use my Rimmel London Lash Accelerator mascara. If you have little lashes like I do, like I told you guys in my bottom lash tutorial, this mascara is a lifesaver for people with little to no lashes. It literally can grab onto it. This applicator, the brush applicator, is like perfect for little lashes. So I'm just going to put mascara on my bottom lashes and my top lashes just to mesh the fake lashes and the real lashes together. Now I'm going to use my Fix Plus. Fix Plus is my life. Like, I feel like it just ties everything together. It melts my whole makeup look together, drenching my face. Yes, I do. because it just dries. Look at it. It just dries like that. So I'm going to take off anything that's on my lip just so that I can put my lip and it won't mix with my concealer. I actually don't like when it mixes with my concealer. So that's why I wipe whatever's on my lips. Now I'm going to go in with the Artist Couture highlighter in Illuminati. Not proud of that name. And I'm going to apply that to my cheeks. Look at how, like, I love this shade. I hate the name. As you guys know, in all my videos, I say that. But I love this shade from Artist Couture. I'm going to put that on my chin, put that on my forehead as well. Just I'm using the excess that I had on my cheeks to put it on my chin and my forehead. And then I'm going to use a little small brush, and I'm going to apply it to the bridge of my nose as well as the tip of my nose. Now I'm going to go in with my MAC. This is the Tiana Taylor MAC collab. It's Chestnut though. It's the same Chestnut. They just gave her, I guess, her own packaging of the color because I guess she really loves the lip liner and she didn't want to change anything about it. So this is literally regular MAC Chestnut, but it's the Tiana Taylor and MAC collection, and that's why it's green. I'm just going to line my lips with Chestnut because that is that girl. Chestnut's that girl. My lips are so big. Thank God. Then I'm going to go in with JUVIA'S Place Royalty. I used to love this lip gloss. I'm just going to dab a little bit. A little goes a long way with this lip gloss. It's so pigmented. I'm just going to use my finger just to pat it into my lip just to get that color going. It kind of does look like concealer color, so I guess you could use a concealer color. If you don't have this color, you could just use your concealer and just dab it a little bit. Then I'm going to use my NYX Butter Gloss. It's in the shade Bit of Honey. I love this shade because it's kind of like peachy, like, you know, like a soft peach color, pinky peach. And I think it pairs perfectly with the JUVIA'S Place Royalty lip gloss. And once you just mesh that all together to make the perfect lip color to go with this, perfect. And that's how we went from my natural beautiful state to this nice flawless soft brown smoky eye look. Loving it so much. And this is the finished look. You feeling it? I'm feeling it too. I'm so glad you guys took the time to watch this video. I love you guys so much. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Can't wait for another video. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm done.